Salamancas, man. When you think about Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, they're just violent, right? But is it just random? Like, are they just brutal for no reason?
Well, it might seem chaotic, but when you look closer, there's a pattern to their violence.
Right.
Almost like it's by design.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and that's what we're diving into today, the Salamanca Doctrine. How the cartel creates these weapons, basically.
Right, and it's not just violence for the sake of violence. They each have their own style.
Exactly. And we're going to break all that down using the shows, of course. No need to go to any darker sources for this one.
For sure, for sure. So, big picture first. How does this whole system work?
Okay, so you've got the cartel, right? And at the top, you've got Don Eladio. He's the political power.
It's the brains of the operation.
Yeah, you could say that. Then you've got someone like Hector Salamanca, who's more hands-on. He runs the day-to-day.
Calling the shots.
Right. And beneath him, you have the muscle. Guys like Tuco, the twins, Lalo, and their job. Well, it's pretty clear.
To be violent.
Exactly. But it's not random.
Yeah.
It's strategic, controlled. And that's where the family comes in.
Okay, so the Salamancas, they're not just a family. They're like a unit.
Yeah. More than that. It's like the family is the glue that holds this whole thing together. It's the source of their loyalty.
Makes sense. So let's talk about Hector. He's terrifying.
Oh, absolutely. But he's more than just a tough guy.
Yeah.
He's like the architect of this whole Salamanca Doctrine.
Interesting. What do you mean by that?
Well, think about how he trained his nephews. He used violence to control them, yeah, but also to mold them, to make them into what the cartel needed.
Like how to be killers.
Exactly. You remember that scene with the waterboarding? Save your brother or die.
Oh, man. Brutal.
Right. But it's not just about being cruel. It's a lesson. Loyalty above everything, and be ready to kill.
And it worked. I mean, look at the twins. They're like machines.
The perfect example. No emotion. Just carrying out orders. They're the ultimate product of Hector's training.
Okay, but then you have Tuco. He's a completely different kind of crazy.
Ah, Tuco. Yeah, he's interesting. With Tuco, it's almost like
he was made wrong.
Maybe. He's impulsive, driven by rage. You see it when he kills No-Dos over.
Right.
A perceived insult.
Right. Totally over the top.
Exactly. And he's paranoid. Remember how he freaked out with Walt and Jesse?
Tuco, he's the hammer. Brute force. Not a lot of finesse.
And that's different from, say, Mike.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Mike was all about precision. Tuco. It's just smash, smash, smash.
So Hector's training worked on some better than others.
It seems that way, yeah. But you have to remember, they all served a purpose. Tuco was good for certain jobs, the twins, for others.
Right. So where does Lalo fit into all of this? He's smooth.
Lalo, he's the evolution. He's got Hector's ruthlessness, but also he's got Don Eladio's charm and brains.
He was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers.
Exactly. He's calculating. Think about how he tested guys. It wasn't just about violence. It was about information, power.
He enjoyed it too.
Oh, absolutely. He found a way to work the system, and he was good at it. So each Salamanca, they had their own role, right?
Yeah, exactly. You could almost say they were assigned a role.
Like in a play.
Yeah. Tuco, the hammer, the twins, the sword, Lalo, he's the knife, and the smile.
Okay, so it's not just about being violent. It's about being the right kind of violent.
Exactly, the Salamanca Doctrine. It's about serving the cartel, protecting its interests. Hector, he was the one who really understood that.
And the others. They just followed his lead.
In their own ways, yeah.
And that's it's kind of sad, you know? They never really had a chance to be anything else.
It is sad. That's the tragedy of the Salamancas. They were born into this machine, and it chewed them up and spat them out.
Yeah. And even when someone like Lalo came along who understood the game, it didn't really change anything.
No, it didn't. That final smile. It's like he knew he was part of something bigger.
Yeah.
And he was going to play his part.
So they weren't born monsters.
No. They were made by the cartel, by Hector, by this system that values violence and loyalty above all else.
It makes you wonder, you know, about the systems we're all part of. Do we really have a choice? Can we ever really break free? Or are we all just playing our parts?
That's a good question.
Something to think about.